Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of 19 Woods Court in Ridgeland, South Carolina. And I've got Tim, my photographer, with me, and he's going to be giving you his opinion as well. You ready to do this, Tim?
Let's do it.
So the thing I love about this listing is, number one, it's affordable, priced just over $400,000. Number two, it's on over half an acre of land. Number three, it's in a very quaint little small town called Ridgeland, South Carolina, which is only about 30 minutes from Bluffton, Beaufort, maybe 45 minutes from Hilton Head Island, 30 minutes from Savannah. And we're gonna tour you on this property, we're gonna tour you through the neighborhood, and we're gonna tour you around Ridgeland, South Carolina. And as a bonus, we're gonna get Tim's take on it behind the camera. You ready to do this, Tim?
Let's start.
All right, let's go on a tour. All right, so this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It has been completely remodeled inside. It's just over 1,500 square feet on just over half an acre. But the thing I love most about this home is the lot, the outside. And a lot of times when people are coming to the South Carolina Lowcountry, what they have in their mind is giant oak trees draped in Spanish moss. And this house does not disappoint. I mean, look at the size of this oak tree over here. This thing has to be easily 200, 300 years old. And I mean, you can pretty much do anything you want out here. You've got a super long driveway. So if you were having a party out here, you could easily park, I don't know, 20 cars out here. And this is in a neighborhood that has no HOA. So that means you don't have to pay any yearly dues, and it also means you can do pretty much anything you want with the property. So if you want to park your boat out here, if you want to park your RV out here, I don't know, what would you park out here, Tim?
Maybe a side-by-side and a convertible.
Okay, I like that. And then right over here, you've got a little outbuilding, and they actually redid the outbuilding. I'll give you a little peek inside. And this could be a he shed, a she shed. It could be a little office area. It could be a workout room, maybe a little, I don't know, music room or something. If you wanted to rehearse, you wanted to play drums and you didn't want somebody bothering you. What would you make? Like a...
I think I would make this into my office so I could be away from everyone if I needed to do work.
Okay, so this is like your photography and videography studio. All right, so normally when I'm touring houses, I like to tour the inside first, and I usually go to the kitchen and the primary bathroom first. But for me, this is all about the land, because there's so many times that I'm showing houses in Bluffton or Beaufort or Hilton Head, and people say, I just feel like I'm on top of my neighbor because everything is kind of cookie cutter and they're these master plan communities. And they say, how do I get more land? And I always say, well, you have to go to Ridgeland, you know? So this is in Ridgeland. Over half an acre of land here. I think it's 0.58 or 0.59. But I mean, you could add a screen porch on the back. You could do a huge paver outdoor entertainment space. You could do a fire pit out here. You could do a huge outdoor kitchen. Plenty of room for a swimming pool. You could have a giant garden out here if you wanted to garden. You could put in your own private pickleball court. You could have volleyball nets. You could have a playground. You could set up a zip line for your kids. I mean, whatever you can imagine. I mean, there is a huge canvas to let your imagination run wild over here. And again, because it's no HOA, you can kind of do whatever you want. Now, of course, there are a few little covenants that aren't gonna let you like drop a mobile home in the backyard or anything like that. What would you do, Tim? If this was your house, what would you add to the backyard to kind of make it your own?
I'm definitely putting some pavers back there with a small little outdoor kitchen, and I'm going for the indoor pool.
The indoor?
Or the in-ground pool, yeah.
In-ground pool?
Yeah.
You know what I could see you doing?
What's that?
One of those, what do they call, slack line?
Oh yeah, I had a slack line. Yeah.
I know, I did it at your house.
Right off if you're not good.
So like maybe these two trees right here, you could put a slack line up and you could practice your balancing act.
Perfect area.
Yeah. All right, so that is the backyard, that's the outside, and the inside of the house is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you that. But I had to start out here first because to me, this is the biggest selling point. And also, if you own your own business, maybe you're an HVAC contractor or, I don't know, a plumbing guy or roofing guy or whatever, and maybe you have multiple work vehicles that need somewhere to park, you have plenty of parking here. But anyway, you ready to go inside, Tim?
Yeah, let's go look.
All right. All right. So first and foremost, you would never know once you walk in this home when this home was built, because everything has been completely redone from top to bottom, and it looks like a brand spanking new house on the inside. And they didn't cut any corners. That's the one thing I love about it. So high-end kitchen cabinetry. All of these are soft close doors. You've got all the stone countertops, which I think is really nice. Little pantry area here. You've got all brand new appliances, stainless steel appliances, as you can see. Really nice, like penny backsplash tile. And then over here, you've got a true wood burning fireplace. And that's one thing I absolutely love in the wintertime. Yeah, it doesn't get that cold in South Carolina, but there are times in December and January where it'll get down in the 30s and 40s, and there's a little bit of chill. And that's actually one of the things that people love about South Carolina Lowcountry is there are 4 seasons. Yes, the summers are a little bit hot right now, but in the wintertime it's mild, but it still kind of feels like winter. And to have that wood burning fireplace to create that ambiance, I think is awesome. Now over here is the primary bedroom. And the primary bedroom is plenty big. I mean, plenty of room for a king size bed. You could have 2 side tables here. You could mount your TV on the other side. And in a lot of my videos, I talk about the pillow view, you know, what you see from the bed. So if you're laying here in the bed and you're staring out, you're looking at your own backyard, completely private. You see woods, you see trees, you see birds, you see nature. I love it. Over here is the primary bathroom. Again, they redid everything. So you've got stone countertops. Again, you have the high-end soft close cabinets. You've got an elevated comfort toilet, tile floors, and then a huge walk-in shower. And all of this is stone, oversized stone, all the way to the ceiling. You've got a real nice little nook over here to put your, you know, your shampoo and everything. You've got the leg shaving station or whatever you want to do. Me personally, I'd probably just turn the shower and sit here and relax for a while. You've got the handheld right here. And nice size walk-in closet. Again, we've got wire shelving right now, but if you want, you can always add a custom closet in there if you want to do something a little bit on your own. And then the floors. All of these have been redone, and this is like kind of like an LVP, but it definitely has a wood texture to it. Might even be engineered hardwood, but I think that's LVP. This is definitely, I think, the hottest color going right now. Everybody loves this color. Now, if we go over on this side of the house, this is the guest wing. So you've got the first guest bedroom here. And you've got the second guest bedroom right here. Lots of natural light, looking out over at that 300-year-old oak tree. And then you've got the guest bathroom right here. Again, completely remodeled. Same tile floors that we had in the primary. You've got a really nice tub here, shower tub combo with the oversized stone all the way to the ceiling, and kind of a matching enclave that we had on the primary bathroom. This is where your washer and dryer will go. And then there's this really cool little room over here. And this is a sunroom, and it's got its own door. And I think me personally, I'd be tempted to put like a big screened in area outside. So you have an indoor sunroom and an outdoor sunroom. But I don't know, like this would probably be like my nap spot. I'm thinking like a Chase lounge right here, or like a couple of chairs as a reading station. You could even set up like a little workspace over here if you wanted to have your computer. What would you do, Tim, with this room?
I like the idea of doing either a little bar or somewhere like a little nook that you can come out, like you said, read, or maybe just a small little workout space.
Oh yeah.
A full gym, but you know, something that you can do some stretching, some medicine balls and different things like that.
This would even, like you said, workout, but even like yoga mats in here. And if you wanted to sit out here and do your yoga stretches, I think that would be cool too. And then the garage, of course, sorry, this would be your eat-in kitchen right here. And then the garage space, and it is an epoxied floor. So this is all done, 2-car garage. And this is like the hidden little secret room. I think this is so cool. And this actually is probably about, if I had to guess, 12 to 14 foot long and probably 6-7 feet wide, completely finished, air-conditioned room. So I don't know what you would do in here. I mean, this could be like a secret little playroom for kids. It could be a private office. It could be a recording studio if you're like a podcaster. Or even storage. You know, a lot of people moving from New York, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, California, they all have basements, and they always ask us when they come to the South Carolina Lowcountry, where do you guys store your stuff? Well, a lot of times your only option is up in the attic, and that's not climate controlled. It's gonna ruin anything that you store. And in here, you can store things and it's not gonna ruin them. But what would you do, Tim?
I love the fact that it is climate controlled for storage next to the garage, but I really like the podcast idea.
Okay, well, cool. I just wanna touch on a couple more things in here, just in the gathering space. I think most people would probably put their television on this wall, and you could maybe display some artwork up there. You could have a big couch here and a couple of chairs, or you could have like a U-shaped or an L-shaped couch, but really spacious and really comfortable here. But that's basically the tour of the house. I hope you like it, but now I wanna take you on a tour of the neighborhood just so you can get a feel for what the neighborhood would look like if you chose this house. So now we're gonna just drive around the neighborhood, and this is a really small little neighborhood, but extremely private, extremely quiet. And the one thing I love about this is called Oak Plantation Commons, and you can see why they named it that, because there's these giant oak trees everywhere and draped in Spanish moss, canopy, lots of shade. And again, every house is just a little bit different. What's your take on this neighborhood, Tim?
It seems really quiet. There hasn't been a lot of traffic. I haven't heard too much noise. I do love all the oaks. It seems like a nice southern neighborhood.
Yeah, and I have actually a couple of friends that live in this neighborhood, and they absolutely love it. And it's the type of neighborhood where, you know, again, if you want a trampoline in your backyard, or if you want to park your boat in your backyard or whatever, nobody's going to give you a hard time. And I love seeing the American flag out front. That's one thing I get people that comment when they come here to the South Carolina Lowcountry. They're like, wow, there's American flags everywhere. People are patriotic. And I love that about this place.
It makes it feel safer.
Yeah. All right, so that's the neighborhood. And now I just want to drive you around Ridgeland. And I just want to show you a little bit more of this small town so you can get a feel for what it might be like to live in Ridgeland, South Carolina, if you were to buy this particular house. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry, whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know every time I put out a new video. My name is David Simcox. I'm the host of this channel and I'm a local real estate agent. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. Now, let's continue on with our video. All right, so as we leave the neighborhood, we are pulling on to what's called Gray's Highway. And Gray's Highway is, again, it's not much of a highway, but you've got Ridgeland Baptist Church right over here to your right. And that place has been around forever. And they have really great youth program. My kids like to go to the youth program there, although we don't go to church there full time. Then you have Polaris Tech Charter School right next door. So you have a school. On the left-hand side of the car, you have the Ridgeland Municipal Airport. And so there's small planes that fly in there, but they just recently expanded the runway. And they just expanded the runway so private jets can land in there. And there's guys out at Congaree. So if you want to Google something, Google Congaree Golf Course so they could land their private jets. But there's also a glider club that meets out there. On your right is Ridgeland School. So that is pre-K through high school. So that is the public school. And we're just gonna go a little further down the road and I'll show you a few more spots. So we just made a left off of Gray's Highway, and I just want to show you here on the right, this is called Thomas Heyward Academy, and this is a private school. So if you don't want your kids to go to public school for any reason, you do have this private school available. And this place has been around for a long time. Actually, my wife was born and raised in Ridgeland, and her family, a lot of them went to Thomas Heyward Academy, and it's a good little school right here outside of town. And for a private school, it is pretty affordable. So just about a mile down the road from Thomas Heyward, you have this building over here, and this is called Great Swamp Baptist Church. And they also have their own private school, which is called Step of Faith Academy. So just another option for private school if you're looking for a private school. And again, this is a very historic old church. I think it dates back to like 1845. But there are, you know, a few different private school options here in Ridgeland. All right, so I just turned off of Gray's Highway and wanted to show you this little spot in here. The public school used to be over here. They tore it down, but they built a brand new football stadium back here, and it is absolutely beautiful, state of the art. And you also have baseball fields out here, and this is where like the public youth baseball happens. It's called JRYB. And when there's baseball happening out here, the youth baseball, everybody in town comes out here, and you basically get to see and meet all your neighbors. And my middle son is 14 and plays travel baseball on a pretty good team, but he started right here at JRYB baseball fields. And I just love coming out here, seeing the neighbors, seeing the friends. And my favorite thing to do is come out here and get nachos. What do you like to get at a baseball game, Tim?
Oh, a good chili cheese dog is something that I would love from a little dugout convenience, or what is called the concession stand.
Yeah, so concession stand baseball food, but this is the football field here, AstroTurf, really nice. All right, so we're pulling into downtown Ridgeland here, and over on the right, this is the county courthouse. So if you move here and you need to switch over your car registration, taxes, title, anything to do with the deed to your home, that would be the building, and that's actually the county seat. So even if you're buying in another neighborhood, that's where you'll end up going. Now we're about to make a left, and we're gonna be on West Main Street, and Ridgeland is still like the quintessential small town USA. And it was the bee's knees back in the 1950s. This was the happening place. My wife's grandma, who is 97 years old. She lived around here, and even before I-95 came through, this place was hopping. And then it kind of fell into a little bit of disrepair, and it's kind of going through a renaissance right now. And people are buying all the old buildings and turning them into cute little coffee shops and boutiques and restaurants. And they're really starting to get a really walkable downtown space. And when we get up here just over the railroad tracks, you'll see some of the shops and dining and restaurants. So right here on the right, we'll wait for this truck to go. Well, actually on the left here, this is a little Mexican restaurant, which is absolutely delicious. And then over here on the right, on that white building you see on the corner, that's called Savannah Pizza Company. And their pizza is absolutely amazing. And then right next door is Fiddler's Seafood. And that's local, fresh seafood, absolutely great. And then this restaurant on the right is called Eats and Sweets, and really great home cooking, good hangout spot. You're definitely going to see all the neighbors and see everybody in town. And then this on the right is the Morris Center, which is a historic kind of preservation society donated by Danny Morris. And I actually made a video out there a couple of years ago. So if you want to go back and check that out, I made an entire video about the Morris Center. And then there's one more restaurant here on Main Street that I want to show you, because it is the ultimate local hotspot for all the local teenagers. It's where my kids like to go, and most of the local teenagers like to hang out, and even me and my wife like to go up here quite a bit. Right here on the right, you see where it says All Chile Mexican Restaurant? That is the happening spot if you're looking for somewhere to hang out and see everybody in downtown Ridgeland. All right, so we just made a right, and now we're on Highway 17, and Highway 17 actually runs parallel to Highway 95, and this was the main north-south road going from New York all the way down to Florida before I-95 came in. And if you imagine kind of like Route 66, you know, if you've ever seen the movie Cars or whatever, this was the main drag, and this was happening. And after I-95 came in, that is really why this town kind of died out for a while before it started getting that resurgence. But it is making a big comeback. And before we finish our tour of Ridgeland, I want to show you my all-time favorite spot in Ridgeland, and it's right here on Highway 17. And I actually shot a video exclusively about this a while ago, and you can go back and watch that. But this is called Under the Oaks, and it's a little boutique store with clothing and gifts, and they have their own little coffee shop in there and antiques, and they have a really cool little hangout spot in the back with picnic tables and gazebos and cornhole. So if you end up buying this house and you hang out in Ridgeland, this would be a really great spot to come check out. Thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed touring my newest listing right here. I hope you also enjoyed touring the neighborhood and getting to see a little bit of downtown Ridgeland and what it might be like to live here. And also, Tim, I appreciate you coming along and giving me your opinion.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
And of course, I hope to meet you in person at some point, but of course, if not, I'll at least see you on the next video.